What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Millzy, back with Hometown Commander, back for another episode of Hometown Opens, show where I open the product for you. Today, went to the local Costco, and they finally got in the Deluxe Commander Kits they're doing. Last time around, these had Baldur's Gate precons. This time, they have March the Machine. So March the Machine, a Jason and a Johnny promo, and then 3 packs, March the Machine, Bloomborough, and Commander Masters. Excited to open these up. I only bought 3 today, just with the price point they were at. Local Costco had them for $44. I think if I go back and they clearance them down at all, down towards the 30 range, I think I'll go in and buy a lot more. But I got 3. We're going to open them up today. I got the Brimaz Precon. We got the Bright Palm Precon. And then I've got the Jabari Knights, Esper Knights Precon. So we're going to open all 3 of these up today. I am not going to open the actual precons themselves. I mean, that's obviously something that you can look up online and find. But what I will do is open up the sampler boosters inside, obviously, because those will be random. But I mean, the decks, you know what's in the decks. You can find out that. The reason I bought these 3 were basically just because there was a chase card in all 3 of them that I deemed, willing enough to pay the price for them. So the slots, looks like these bad boys just come right out. There's our Precon there. Like I said, check your local Costco if you're interested in a product like this. When I first originally saw these being posted online, my Costco did not have them, and they actually didn't get them until recently. So don't be worried if your Costco doesn't have them quite yet. I mean, it may just take a couple weeks for them to get them. There's always, distribution issues and things like that. Like I said, all of this stuff is mainly for the store more than anything else. And then, like I said, I will be going back in probably about a week, and I'm going to see. The last time they did this for the Baldur's Gate ones, they clearanced them down pretty good. So I'm hoping that maybe they'll do that again. We could take advantage of that. So we're going to start with the packs first, and then we'll do the decks. So we can kind of manage here. So we've got Jace, Memory Adept, and then a Johnny, Mentor of Heroes. So I'm not going to obviously pick those out. They're the same in every one of these. But interesting promos. I mean, at least they are somewhat playable in the sense that I know some people do like that a Johnny. I know it's useful, at least in some manner, with life gain decks and things like that, which does at least make it better than nothing. The Baldur's Gate ones had Ryu and Goro, and I'm still sitting on those. Still sitting on those promos in the store, so clearly people aren't looking for them necessarily. This would be some of the real first Commander Masters I've opened in a long time. I didn't really buy too much of it when the set first came out. And there's a lot of good things in Commander Masters, so we can see what fun we find in it. So we got 3 Commander Masters, 3 Bloomborough, and 3 March of the Machines. Let's start with the Bloomborough. See what fun we can find today in Bloomborough. Bloomborough is a set I've enjoyed. I mean, obviously, there's been some cool cards for my main deck, so very happy about that. Gossip's Talent, Lilypad Village. These lands have done fairly well for me in the store, and I think they're lands that are going to be good in the future. We get Dream Do, and Trancer as our rare. Kind of interesting one when it comes in. Tap up to 1 target creature. Put 3 stun counters on it. If you control that creature, draw a card. Obviously, very good for the frog decks. But the thought I had the other day was, like, it feels like a card that could be good for something like Volo, where you're going to get a copy of it, be able to stun down 2 things. Full art planes, and a frilled spark shooter. All right, pack 2. Sugarcoat, Wandertail Mentor, and Mudflat Village are uncommon. Splash Lasher. And we have Valley Flamecaller, of course. one of our Valley creatures that are rares in the set. This is the one that increases the amount of damage that lizards, mice, otters, or raccoons would do to a permanent player, which is kind of interesting. Not as popular, of course, as Flood Caller, which is seeing a lot of play in some of those decks. And a foil Overprotect. And hey, we got the Splash Lasher token with the uncommon. That's nice. I know that some people are finding a hard time getting some of those tokens. Stocking the Party. Stocking the Party is a card I'm intrigued to see if it plays well, especially in counter-type decks. There's Stormcatch Mentor, a clearly better Goblin Electromancer. That card I expect to see a lot of play going forward. Harvesttide Host, Thorn Vault Forager, a new squirrel that taps for mana and can forage tap for extra mana and can go get squirrels from your deck. A great card that I expect to see a lot of play in those squirrel-type decks going forward. Next, we'll do March of the Machine. I haven't opened March of the Machine in a very long time. Of course, I loved March of the Machine. I managed to pull a serialized Urabrask at my time during March of the Machine. Of course, no serialized in the set boosters, but we do have a chance at multiple rares. We have Rona there in the showcase frame. Lannery Storm, so this is the Multiverse Legends. Of course, chances to get those in here. I like Lannery Storm. It's one I've always thought does well in those treasure strategies. Ozolith the Shattered Spire, there we go, a great card. Some would say a staple for +1/+1 counters decks. I think that's kind of debatable in my mind, but still a very good card. And we get a foil Progenitor Exarch. It's not a bad first pack. Ozolith, of course, pays for definitely part of this for sure, right? And how great that card is. Miss the art cards being in every set booster, but that's just me. We get our battles. This one is Invasion of Kilem. Rayav, there we go. Rayav, a great card for equipment style decks. Teysa Karlov, there we go. There's one of our rares from the Multiverse Legends. Love the art here. And then it got a reprint in Commander Masters as well, I do believe. And there we go. Invasion of Alara is our rare with a foil Surge of Salvation. That's a card that I expect we'll see some play in some decks, right? Giving protection from red and from black, and protecting your creatures feels like a great ability. I am making a mess beside me. Another art card there. Invasion of Belnon. Oh, here we go. A borderless Obosh, the Prey Piercer. So, of course, all of those companions from Ikoria were in this subset. It's cool to see that one. Glittering Dawn. Incubate X twice, where X is the number of lands you control. We see Kroxa and Kunaros as our mythic. This is an interesting card to me. Kroxa is, of course, very good on its own. Kunaros is an interesting card. This one's kind of interesting. I've only really ever played against it in Brawl. And then there's, oh, what a pull. A Tali Primal Conqueror foil. What a card. Of course, a very popular Brawl commander. Very popular in Dino decks and other things in Commander. When it comes in, everybody exiles from the top till they hit a non-land card. You can cast any number of them for free, and then you can transform it into an 11/11 with Trample Indestructible. And when it deals damage to a player, combat damage, they get that many poison counters. What a great opening there out of the March of the Machine. Definitely helps pay for the cost of a fun product like this. But let's get into Commander Masters. Again, haven't opened a ton of Commander Masters. Oh, okay. They're flipped, so all of our rares are going to be front. Sakiko, Mother of Summer. Whenever a creature you control does damage to a player, add that much green. Until end of turn, you don't lose mana as steps and phases. And that's an interesting ability. It could be used for sure in a lot of decks. Gilded Lotus. Great card there for 3 mana of any color. Grenzo, Havoc Razor. Not a bad card, definitely well used. Danitha, Hamza, great commander in its own right. Burnished Heart. Remember, Commander Master is full of a lot of fun commander cards and staples. Cyclops Living. And hey, a borderless Commander Tower. Love the art for this command tower. It's probably one of my favorites as of late. And then a Old Border Forest. And then we see Sidisi there as our card. Not too bad out of the first one. I like Gilded Lotus. It has gone down a little bit with its reprints, of course, but it's still a great card to have laying around. Let's see, an Eldrazi Spawn token. We get a foil Makeshift Munitions. Scourge of the Throne. All right, there's a great one. Scourge of the Throne is a popular dragon for getting extra combats as long as you're attacking the player with the most life or tied for the most life. Hellkite Charger right next to it. 2 great dragons. Hellkite for 7 mana can give you another combat Works great with things like Nature's Will and Savage Ventmaw. You know, lots of fun things on those dragon strategies. Mangar the Diplomat, a cool card. Cool to see they got that reprinted. Baird, Sandstone Oracle, Ravaging Blaze, Tuck Guard Captain, a card I really enjoy for your +1/+1 counters deck, giving all your counters with them on their trample. And Arcane Signet, there we go. I don't know if these borderless uncommons are one in every pack or not. I'd have to double check that, but 2 so far are really great ones in both Command Tower and that Arcane Signet. Love that Arcane Signet art. It's probably one of my favorites outside of the retro frame one they did for the Secret Lair, the one where they did all the signets and all the talismans. I really like that Arcane Signet there as well. All right, last pack of Commander Masters before we get into our individual preview packs for March of the Machine. Forebear's Blade, Verdant Confluence. Choose 3. You can choose the same mode more than once. 2 counters. Return permanent from your graveyard to your hand or search for a basic. Not bad. I mean, seems like a teeny bit expensive to me, but other than that, it's a fine ability. I don't think I've ever really used that one before. Sublime Exaltation. Undaunted. 1 less to cast for each opponent. Destroy all creatures. So this is a 4-mana destroy all creatures in a regular game of Commander. Okay, interesting card. Krenko Mob Boss, a very popular commander in its own right for goblins. Great there. I don't think I've seen Ghost of Ramirez that came out. Got a reprint in the LCI commander decks. I've never seen Piana Nomad Captain. Whenever it attacks, taking creatures get +1/+1 on the turn. Well, that's not bad in a deck like Ishin or something where when you attack, you're getting anything twice. Heartless Act, some removal. Reality Shift, great removal. Murmuring Mystic, great for those spell slinging decks. Another Command Tower, and it all that glitters. Look at that. We'll take it. Of course, another copy of that Command Tower. I love the look of it. All that glitters is a card I really enjoy. And a mountain, and we get Godo, Bandit Warlord. So not bad. Not a bad opening as far as our packs go. Little bit of Bloomborough, little bit of fun. I'm going to go ahead and open these Commander decks off screen here. Like I said, just trying to get the packs out. We will have a sampler pack, and then remember, all these March of the Machine decks come with Plane Chase cards. So if you're interested in Plane Chase, you can actually, remember, you can get, there are new ones in each of these decks. So each of the decks comes with brand new Plane Chase cards for you to find, as well as some reprints of others. So let's get into our first sampler pack. Remember, your Commander sampler packs are going to have 1 rare and 1 uncommon. The sampler packs, I do believe, also include the chance at Multiverse Legends cards as well. So our rare is Ancient Imperiosaur. Kind of a fun one. 7 mana 6/6 with Convoke. And if you convoke it, you get +2/+2 +1/+1 counters for each creature that convoked it. Kind of an interesting one. And then Agar, the Freezing Flame, is our Multiverse Legends card. I don't recall that every sampler pack has a Multiverse Legends card in it, but of course you have the chance. Like I said, I'm not going to open the decks just because obviously there's other people that will open the decks for you. But again, my Costco did have actually all 5 of them. I had read that some people are only able to find 3 of the 5 or 2 of the 5, but mine actually did have all 5 of them, which I thought was cool. Our uncommon is Valduk. Okay, so it does look like everyone might have a Multiverse Legends card. Shout out to a friend of mine, Brian, who plays in our play group, has a Valduk deck, and it hits hard. It's a tough deck to play against if you're not trying to stop it. And our foil is Dusk Legion Duelist. Whenever you put a counter on it for the first time each turn, you draw a card. A great ability in decks that can spread counters around. And makes it a great piece in those decks or other decks where you're just using its typing and you can spread +1/+1 counters around. Oh, I have so much trash that I have to clean up, but that is A-okay. All right, our last sampler pack, our uncommon, is another Agar, the Freezing Flame. And our rare is Realmbreaker, the Invasion Tree. I recall this being a one that's a teeny bit more expensive. So tap 2 and tap it. Target opponent mills 3. You can put a land from their graveyard on the battlefield under your control. It gains, if this land would leave, exile it instead. Putting it in the graveyard, and then you can pay 10 to sack it to search your library for any number of Praetors and put them on the battlefield. All right, well, that is my opening of 3 of the March of the Machine Deluxe Commander Kits from Costco. I hope you guys enjoyed the opening. I think our pulls were pretty good as far as our packs go. Got a little bit of fun out of everything. You know, that foil Atali definitely helps, you know. Out of the March of the Machine, Commander Masters got us some fun stuff there, some okay things out of Bloomborough. I had a good time. Like I said, I'm hoping to go back and there'll be a little bit more clearance down to get a few more. But if you're interested, check out your local Costco. I do believe they're selling them online as well, and they do actually have them broken up so you can choose them individually which one you want to buy. But I'll end it off with the fact that I really like these precons. I think all 5 of the March of the Machine commanders have some commander decks have some fun things to them. They may not all be perfect, but I think they all have great places if you're looking for a good strategy to start a deck in. And so I would recommend you check them out. But let me know, what do you think down in the comment section below of our opening today, and I catch you guys next time.